From 1963, I followed the Kinks. It was 64 when they had their first record, You Really Got Me. Now before that they made Long Tall Sally and You Still Don't Want Me, which wasn't it. And for many years they made other records. But unfortunately the BBC and the media didn't play them. And as you can see by my record collection, I follow the Kinks. They've never packed in, they've been on the go for years. And they've never made an official announcement like the Kinks have finished. And I can't wait to see the Kinks back together. I don't like Ray Davies on his own, and I don't like Dave Davies on his own. When they get together, there's a bit of chemistry there. And it's about time they got back together to show people what the Kinks are. Great. Better than the Beatles, better than the Rolling Stones. But unfortunately, like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, they played their records, the Kinks they didn't. In the 70s, BBC Radio 1 never played the records. It was left. They thought, oh, we won't play that. And if you ring anybody up about the record business and you ask them, why don't you play the Kinks? Oh, they're past it. Who says they're past it? Rock and roll music's for everybody, not just for youngsters. We all buy records, as you can see from my collection. I buy records. The last official Kinks single was Scattered. And it was scattered because nobody had it. Nobody played it. That's why it wasn't an hit. And the one after that, which wasn't official released as a single, To the Bone, that was a great track. But somewhere along the line, no record company took the record out. It was on an LP and that was the last of it. But the Kinks have made some good songs. I mean, right now Ray Davies is on his own. But without Dave, he's nobody. And without Ray, Dave's nobody. So it's about time them two sorted themselves out and put the Kinks back. Alright, coming back to Ray Davies. He makes you laugh because he doesn't want to do Kink songs. But when he's on tour, he does Kink songs. So why do you want to do Kink songs with someone else when you can do it with the right people? The Kinks themselves. Far better than having somebody else. Dave and Ray are the Kinks. And that's what it wants to be. So get yourself back together. I mean, in 1986 I got a Christmas card off Ray, and at the time his wife Pat, saying he'd love to see me to have a good old yarn. It's now 29 years later and I still haven't seen him. I think it's about time he met me. He sent me a Christmas card in 1986 and it said he'd love to have a yarn with me, and I'm still waiting to see him. Been to Conk, the studios in Conk in London. Yeah. That was way back in 1977. That's when I went there, 1977. They've been through Pie, which Pie milked them. Pie promoted the singles, but when it come to the LPs, the albums, they didn't bother. They might have bothered with the first couple, but after that, never bothered. The Village Green Preservation Society, nobody liked that. Now they say it's fantastic, but it was fantastic in 1968. But nobody wanted it. Arthur, that's a fantastic album. Nobody bothered with that. The only thing they bothered with was the Kinks singles. And some of them, well, some of them was really big hits and some wasn't. But it all depends if the radio station played them. If the radio station doesn't play them, you've got no chance. You might as well chuck your money in the bin. But the only trouble is, his songs, his best songs, they all say was from the 60s. But not necessarily. He made a record called Celluloid Heroes, which was a fantastic song, but it wasn't played on the radio. One, it was too long. The song still stands out today. It's a collector's item. And the record now could be in it if it was put out right and promoted right, but unfortunately someone's not bothered. The record's a fantastic song, all about the stars. I prefer the latest stuff than the 60s stuff. The LP low budget. Big hits in America, Here in England, nobody bothered. The record company didn't even promote it here. Did in America, but here, they thought, oh, it's the Kinks, we won't bother. I phoned a record company up once called London Records, and I said to them, how come you're not promoting How Are You by the Kinks? Ah, they answered me quite simple. They're past it. I said, past it? I said, they're on your record label. Why would you, if you're promoting an artist, say one of your artists is past it? Oh, well, you know. So, in other words, if the people who was running the record company thought that, you had no chance of being in it. If they're not interested, nobody else is. I mean, Lost and Found was a big sound record, but it wasn't played. Someone just thought, well, no, we won't play that. Just impossible that a lot of the Kinks stuff, which came out, they might as well not bothered, because no one played it. The reason I'm doing this tape is because everybody thinks the Kinks are a 60s band. You Really Got Me, All Day and All the Night, Waterloo Sunset, Lola, Victoria. But they didn't just make them records. There was jukebox music, Live Life, Rock and Roll Fantasy, Misfit, Scattered, Predictable. All these records was made later, in the 70s, 80s and even the 90s. But nobody in England played these records. The only thing they played was the 60s songs. So everybody thought, oh, the Kinks, way back the 60s, they're still at it. But they didn't. They made other songs. But nobody played them. The only people who knew was the fans, like myself. But these records should have been hits. But unfortunately, the radio stations in England decided, oh, it's the Kinks, we can't play that. We'll play Sunday Afternoon, we can't play Scattered. Nobody knows that. Well, no, they wouldn't have known it, because they never played it. Didn't get any promotion. Even Sony Records didn't promote it. When I tried to go and get Scattered, I couldn't buy it. I bought it in a second-hand shop. A promotional copy, what was sent to a record station. I obtained it in a second-hand shop. That's why it wasn't an hit. You couldn't buy it in the shop. I don't know what Sony was doing, but one thing I will tell you, the record was doomed from the start.